And the last nakshatra in this section of the zodiac is Jyeshta, which is from 1640 Scorpio till 0 Sagittarius, or to 2959 Scorpio. So this is ruled by the god Indra, Lord Indra, who I talked about when I mentioned Vishaka, but Indra is the king of the gods, and this is called the Star of Warfare, and it's about doing battle over the righteous cause. Often when people have planets in Jyeshta, they can certainly be warriors, and they're not afraid to take it on and to, take on the battle. They won't back down from a fight, especially if it's the righteous fight. But Indra was also a little bit of a, he had a bit of a swagger about him, and especially later in the texts like the Mahabharata and some of the later texts, Indra was looked at as a bit of a buffoon. Back in the Vedas, Indra was the king of the gods, and a lot of heroic tales, and he had he had Rudras and Maruts, who were his attendants and his his helpers and assistants, who would restore righteousness and dharma. The great story of Indra is he allowed himself to be swallowed by the dragon, who stole all the water from the earth, and then he cut his way out of the belly of the dragon in order to restore all the water to the earth. So it's a lot of emotional courage here in this nakshatra, and the willingness to even perhaps die for our principles, thinking that we can still slice our way out of any difficult situation. So people that have planets in Jyeshta have to be careful not to just sort of attract drama and want everything to be this kind of battle. This is the difficulty. I mean, being set up to win the battles, it's easy to make something sound like it's good. Well, they're, good or bad. Like, well, they don't back down from a battle, but they might kind of, fight too much. Often it's a mixture where even if situations are just kind of neutral, it gets turned into a little bit of a battle, because then they want to feel the intensity of winning the battle. And so again, these are all kind of biases that each of the nakshatras have. And with Jyeshta, it's the tendency to turn everything into some kind of intense yes or no. Well, where's the thing to fight for? Where's the battle? Sometimes there isn't a battle. The battle needs to happen within. As always, the symbol of returning the water to the earth and being swallowed by the dragon is about being swallowed by our own insecurities, our own emotional fears, and knowing that we have to get swallowed up by that dragon, and that we can cut our way out of the belly eventually. And so it's to have true emotional heroism and true inner courage. Like everything, it's all about an inner battle. And with Jyeshta, we have to be careful about the outer battles, because we might become the sort of fool, as Lord Indra was often portrayed in later texts, where he would get into some sort of power struggle with an asura, and he would lose the kingdom, and then they'd have to call Lord Shiva or someone to win the kingdom back, because Indra kind of lost it. So we need to be careful of throwing our ego around in the name of righteousness. But in general, when a cause does come up, Jyeshta, they're ready to take up arms. So that nakshatra is at the end of Scorpio, where Scorpio then ends and goes into Sagittarius.